decades and many beefs in that time, navigating the economic winds shaping the nation's farming entities. He's part of the largest business bank in Australia, where more than 1 in 3 agribusinesses bank with them. So he has a fair grasp on how it's all going. Head of NAB's Regional and Agri Division, Khan Horn, great to see you back at Beef.
Great to be here, Lindsay, and thanks for your time.
Last beef, you've been to a couple, but
Yes.
last beef, interest rates were half of what they are today. Is that the biggest hurdle farmers are facing at the moment financially?
Oh, it's interesting. I'd say from where I sit, it's one of the biggest risks. Absolutely, interest rates were, BBSY was 0.9, now 4.46 for a 90-day roll. But just sitting and listening, I heard biosecurity, I heard staffing. There's a lot of different risks out there, but from where I sit, we lend money, so interest rates number one, number two. Definitely the Aussie dollar, because we're an export nation for beef. The Aussie dollar is another big one as well.
Khan, you said that it isn't the biggest risk at the moment, the interest rate. What is the single biggest financial risk to farmers at the moment?
Oh, look, I'll run through a bit later about how you can actually put an application to a bank. But the one that's worrying me at the moment is cybercrime. So if you can just talk to your neighbours, your family, your business partners. Cybercrime's alive and well, unfortunately. We're just seeing good Australian businesses, families lose money, and I'm just saying, be aware of cybercrime.
When you say cybercrime, you mean the texts we're getting that say, click on this link because mum needs money, or the invoice that comes through that's got a different number on it and you just shoot off the funds?
There's a myriad of it. So, caught fraud, scams, etc. I think if we can talk about prevention, it's being aware, having this discussion. I think it's not clicking on links, email, text, not giving private information over you don't have to. So don't jump on social media and say everyone's your birthday and your maiden name and all your favourite dog, because sometimes they're your passwords. So second one would be change your passwords. Unfortunately, I don't believe in using free Wi-Fi. I think just keep it refined, and definitely just make sure that you're not handing over information. So if someone rings up purporting to be Khan from NAB, if I don't ring you, just don't give them any information. Don't hand over passwords. Just don't do it.
Khan, I find that so interesting. You travel all around Australia working with clients, and you're saying that's the biggest problem. How big a problem is it? Can you quantify it?
Tens of millions. So I don't blink now when I see 100, 200 going. So of course, we've got financial risk of our lending book would be, that's my main job. But I've just seen this cybercrime just hit everywhere around Australia, and that's what really worries me. But realistically, it's great to be here at Beef, and I just want to make sure we don't over-talk the risk, because we're here for a great industry. But I think cybercrime just needs to be a topic we talk about, because I look back, in the 2000s when I first came along, we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
There was the letter scam, or maybe a bit of romance scam, but we didn't have it so wild and so active. Yep.
And it's so professionally executed these days. Let's move on to another topic. A lot of young people looking at the price of hectares these days going, how am I ever going to crack in unless I'm about to inherit it? Do you have any advice for them?
Of course. So first of all, there's lots of careers in ag. If you don't own land, there's lots of careers, and you walk around the showground today, there's just so many people involved in ag. But if you are purporting or putting a proposal to a bank, if I just talk through some basics of how you can talk to a financier. It might be a finance for your first 50 cows or your first 100 cows, or it could be for your first 1,000 acres. It doesn't really matter. It's the basics. So realistically, I think the first one's around character. So you've got to, don't be humble. Actually sell about your experience, your qualifications, what you did, where you worked, and prove that up. Second one would be about cash flow. So cash flow is really around your business model and how you're actually going to make money to satisfy the banks or the financial institutions' requirements, which is meet interest and pay it back. And then third, if you have any collateral, so collateral's like security. Are you offering up the livestock as security, land as security? And just be honest, really spend some time, turn the TV off and spend some time typing up your application, do your Excel of your cash flow budgets, and at times you might have to get some help from your accountant or someone that's been experienced, and then just build a relationship with your financier. Invite them out to just come and have a look at the property, or look at your 50 heifers there, and just build repertoire. So that might, you don't have to text or email every day. I've got great clients I might talk to for a year, etc. But when you're there, you've got to sell your story about how you're going to be a good profitable client, and how you're going to meet the institution and your own plans.
That's some fabulous advice for the next generation who are trying to make their mark in the industry. Let's talk about the mark you've made. 34 years ago, 35 years ago, you started out in the same company.
Yes, yep. Always been with NAB. Left the pearly gates of Sydney University as a graduate, and joined at Gunnedah as a graduate. And I can actually say we put 28 graduates on 2 months ago. So I can see that that's a requirement for banking and for agriculture. And to hear one of the interviewees there just talk about, what's the biggest issue? Staffing. Low unemployment, some remote towns, remote places, so you've really got to attract and retain talent.
Khan Horn, always a joy to catch up with you, and great to hear about your 35 years on the road with NAB. You do a wonderful job. We are going to be catching up with all of the action around the grounds here and just finding out about graduate careers with NAB. You can catch up with Khan Horn if you want to know more. But Black on Track, the Southern Cattle coming up, making their mark in the north, and the social media campaign